Okay, guys, I'm going to start out today's reading by telling you a secret. You don't need me or any other tarot reader or any other medium or channel to connect you to the universe. I know. Total exposure here. Just said it. But seriously, Spirit wants to bring through this message, and we're going to get some cards on it. Here's the cool thing about it. You don't need anyone outside of you, not a leader, not a guru, not another YouTube video, not another podcast. If your favorite person doesn't post that day, you can connect with yourself, your higher self. You can connect with your spirit guides. You can connect with your guardian angels. You can connect with your loved ones that are passed on. You can connect with God. You can connect with Source. You can connect with all that is all on your own. And you know what? Jesus even told us that in the Bible. Oh my gosh, I said that too when he said, by your faith you are healed. Letting us know that it's really all about you, or that saying where people say, know thyself over and over again, an ancient term, okay? Because it's all about you. You're already connected. Now, the other cool thing is that if you want to connect by watching a video, that's cool. If you're going to come out and you're going to get some confirmation from outside of yourself, because our angels and spirit guides, they do send us messages of confirmation through a video or through a song or through that book that popped up on your counter or that page that you opened the book to that said something that you really needed to hear at that time. So this might be confirmation for you. But the point of this video is for you to know that you're already connected. Now, I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm going to see what are some ways in which you are already receiving the signs, experiencing the connection to spirit, to the universe, to your higher self, to the truth. All right, that one flew out. I'm going to take this one. It's trying to come out. Yep. Okay, and one more card for the collective. How are they already experiencing and receiving their signs and synchronicities? 3 of Wands. All right, so you're looking around. You're seeing them from all around you in different directions. And Spirit is drawing me to these sprouts over here. So you still might be at a place where you're like, was that a sign or is that a coincidence? So they're bringing through that energy of like, there are no coincidences. Of course, it was a sign if it stood out to you. This bird is really far off in the distance. Okay, yes. And the Queen of Swords, well, she can be more in her logic. So it's like you definitely see the signs. Some of you might just feel like you know things and you're like, I don't know why. With Queen of Swords here, they're giving me this really like conflicting energy, right? So you might try to stay in your logical mind and be like, oh, I don't believe in all that junk. But was that a sign? Or not wanting to say that you're trusting your gut because you want to trust your logic, you want to trust your books, you want to trust what you know, you want to trust the path that you've been on. Like if some of you just graduated from college and have a very prestigious degree and you're supposed to be this person who would never venture off into getting a tarot reading or talking to a medium, it's like you might be struggling with mentally, like you might be getting messages where a thought just pops into your mind, or a lot of communication from someone just said something, but the bird is off in the distance. So they're bringing through, like a bird delivering you a message, but you're getting them, but you're doubting them, or you're trying to quiet them down or suppress them a little bit with your logical mind, or feeling that need to stay in your logical mind. The Star. Yeah, so with this card here, the messages that you're already receiving are things from all around you. So this is going to be different, but this is like for someone, they walk down the beach and they pick up a seashell and it just represents a person, a passed on loved one, or some communication about a question that they had, like you feel an answer in that seashell, or something else that you discovered on the beach or your walk, wherever you are out in the woods. They're giving me just very like nature-like examples. So this would be the signs that you are connected to the universe already, or when you feel like nature is speaking to you in some way. Okay, and then with the star being here and Spirit is drawing me to the water, some of you may feel like you're empaths and like you feel other people's energy. They're showing these sprouts again. So this is going to be starting to come up more and more and more and more in your life. But what's going to make this grow is you acknowledging it. And, be okay with your logical mind. Be excited about the degrees you have and the ways in which you've advanced yourself in the logical world. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with incorporating this part of yourself as well. Okay, so that's what they're experiencing right now. So we got signs from nature, just knowing certain things, but being afraid to acknowledge, like, why would I just know that? Okay. But knowing certain things, signs out in nature, and connecting with people's energy bodies. Maybe some of you feel like you can see auras or sense if someone's in a bad mood when they come into the room, which can be common, but you might feel it on more of a deeper level, and even with people that you don't know, or sensing the energy of a place that you walk into more so than other people. Okay, what are some ways in which you are trying to communicate with them that they're not perceiving right now, that they're not taking in? So this is something that you can grow into. Yeah, this is talking more about that information of just knowing. If you feel like you're clairsentient or clairaudient, perhaps, if you feel like you're hearing, information, that could be a way that Spirit communicates with you. We have the birds over here, so this is going to start to increase. More of them are going to start to come in. And, you can just have fun with this and ask the universe questions and ask the universe for signs and see what comes to you, so you can almost make this like a scientific practice for yourself, right? Like in science, they want to test out the hypothesis. They want to test it out and try it again and see if they can recreate that situation, so try it out, test it, ask for specific signs, so that way it'll be undeniable to your mind. So this is in the reverse. Again, they're trying to communicate with you through you just knowing, or certain words or speeches from certain people. Again, with the communication here, this could be things that you're reading in a book, like we talked about earlier on. So the information, the communication, but they're saying test it out. If you need it to be logical, test it out in the most scientific way that you can on your own and see what that reveals to you. How else are they connected to the universe that they're not paying attention to right now? The Tower. So sometimes you might, again, with the sensing people's energy, you might feel like something is going to happen before it does happen. You can just energetically sense something changing or something coming up, but you're kind of avoiding acknowledging that right now. All right, one more card. What are some other ways in which they're communicating with them? Yeah, and this is also, again, about following your gut instincts. Like, if you feel like something is just telling you in your gut, like, I don't want to go to this place today. And then you go to that place, and anyways, because you're ignoring it, and something negative happens. So the lightning strikes. Spirit is saying they're communicating with you in that way, and sometimes you're ignoring your gut and still going to the place or still taking the job, and then it's working out negatively for you. So if you have any examples of that right now in your life, or some might be coming up, that's just the universe talking to you. The Hermit. Okay, so what Spirit is communicating with this one is that you might just feel different from other people. I know that's a little bit vague, but you might just feel like, like some of the things that you're experiencing might be difficult for you to talk to other people about, especially if you're someone who likes to operate in that logical mind. I don't know, this is kind of a crazy reading to me. I feel like Spirit is really talking to a collective that's like just starting out on their spiritual journey or going deeper into their spiritual journey. Because it feels like there's a resistance here to accepting things like tarot reading. So like this might be your first time venturing out to look at something like that. It feels like there's a great deal of resistance, or even if you've always been interested in stuff like this, it's like there's a resistance into going deeper or into saying that you have the power and the ability to do these things yourself. Like you could give yourself a tarot reading, or you just know information. You don't need to go to a psychic because you've got some of those psychic senses, right? Okay, let's get some encouraging messages about this and then head out. What can the collective do to support themselves at this time and understanding their connection to the universe better? The King of Pentacles. Trust what you know. Trust yourself. If you can't trust yourself, then that's the only way that you can't trust someone else, okay? So trust yourself, trust what's tried and true, trust what you know. Again, trying out, just asking spirit for specific signs, so that you're kind of almost like disproving your own doubt as the energy that spirit is bringing through. And take your time with this. There's no need to rush through this scenario. You can pray about it. It's okay to question everything that you're stepping into. And yeah, they're just saying experiment with it, play around with it, talk to the universe, talk to spirit, ask for those specific signs is what keeps coming through. All right, so interesting message. I felt a lot of resistance coming through on that one. So let me know how it resonated for you, and I will see you in another video. Take care.